Today we're going to be taking a look at the Xim Apex. So far, I'm having a great time with it. This is something that I mainly bought the PlayStation 4 because I knew this was a thing. Like I knew this was available, so I wanted to test it out and try it. And so far, I'm extremely impressed with it. Since I'm primarily a PC gamer, it's been hard for me to like transition into using a controller for shooting, like first person shooters or third person shooters in general. Because it's just like really hard for me to aim because I've just I trained myself to use mouse and keyboard for so many years. So having this is just a game changer completely. And the beautiful thing of it is that since it works with every single game, it gives you the opportunity to use mouse and keyboard for everything you could possibly want to do. But we're gonna take a look at it. That way you can kind of see what it's like. It's just this little USB device that you plug right into the PlayStation, and then it comes with a hub. So it comes with the USB hub that has 3 USB ports on it, and so it's one plug that goes into the controller, and then the other 2 that go into the mouse and then the keyboard. Okay, so here's my PlayStation right here. I'm using the PlayStation Pro, but this is the Xim Apex the USB device. So basically, all you want to do is you want to plug it in right here, get that started. You'll see it start glowing like different colors and stuff. This is the USB port that comes in with basically I have the PlayStation 4 controller, the keyboard and the mouse hooked up to this. So basically I just plug that right into there, boom. And then you just want to take the controller obviously and plug that in. There we go, so everything's connected. I got the controller hooked up with the keyboard and mouse. So this is the Xim Apex app on the phone. You can use this on iPhone or on Android. I'm on Android right now. This is a S7. Pretty much the way it works is when you're getting it started for the first time, there's a little button on the actual USB device. You just press that. You make sure you have your Bluetooth running on the phone itself, and then just let it scan. If it doesn't go through the first time, what you can do is you can basically shut off the app, start it up again, press the button on the USB device, and then just keep doing that until it actually connects. Once it connects, from here you can basically make your own loadout. So basically I already have loadouts for Call of Duty Black Ops 3, I have Destiny 2, Star Wars Battlefront, I even have Red Dead Redemption on there, and then I was playing Warface, but that game kind of sucks, so I got rid of it. But basically, like, if you just pick a game, let's say like Black Ops, I feel like Black Ops works the best. I wish that I had Black Ops 4 so I could test it out with that, but I don't have that game. I have the third one. So basically, we're just going to start with this. And in this setup, you can basically fine tune it to do whatever you want to do. So you see the aim sensitivity, the way that works is pretty much when you start the game up, first thing you want to do is you want to go into the options of the game and then go ahead and actually set it up so that the sensitivity is all the way up as high as possible. Because a lot of games, when you start moving the mouse, you'll see the mouse moves like very slightly, very slow. So you have to fine tune it. So it's gonna take some time for you to actually like get it to where you want it to be. But once you actually get it, it's like oof, night and day difference when you're using a mouse and keyboard versus playing on the controller. At least for me. You know, everybody has their preference. I know there's a lot of people out there that are really good with controllers. Like my brother is really good with controllers. So he even on the PC would play on his like Xbox controller, you know? So that it's all up to them. It's all up to like your personal preference. For me, I love playing on mouse and keyboard, so it's total game changer for me. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you're actually in a game is you want to actually navigate to the options. So you can still use the PlayStation controller, by the way. It's still plugged in. You can still use it. So you can go ahead and do this and just kind of use the controller to navigate stuff. That way, you know, you're not trying to figure out what the keys are on the keyboard. So the first thing is putting, you see the horizontal and vertical sensitivity all the way up as high as possible. So that means when you actually play it in the game, you see the controller is just crazy. But when I use the mouse and keyboard, it actually is a totally different story. So I set my hip fire, you see on the top there, I set that as 95, and then I put the ADS, which is aiming down the sight, on 70. So you want to put the aim down the sight a little bit lower than the other one because then otherwise it's going to be weird aiming, you know. So you see I'm already using the mouse right here. So basically like I can go around and just kind of aim the way I wanted to. So if I want to set the sensitivity to be even higher, I could tune that up. You can go as high as 500 on there. So when you put it to 500, it's like ridiculous. But some games don't really work that well. So it all depends on like, you know, what the game is and like what's going on. Like Destiny 2, for example, it's kind of weird the way that game works because it doesn't seem like it's fully optimized for it. And it's like you have to set the hip fire and all that stuff. You have to set it like all the way up to like 200 in order to even see any kind of progress on the mouse. But I feel really comfortable with the way Call of Duty is. I really like the way this is. I imagine that Black Ops 4 is gonna be like amazing if I played that. So I already have the keys set up to what I want it to be. Like you see all the keys here. You got plenty of options. You got anything that you feel like you need to rebind, you could just rebind it to any key you want super easily. So it's so awesome. But you see, it just is so much easier to aim. Like you don't have to worry about like trying to like, you know, use the mouse and like use the controller and like struggle to aim and stuff. Like look at me just getting headshots so easily. You know, like without even really trying, because I'm just so used to using mouse and keyboard that it's just got ingrained into my head. Also, another thing that's pretty nice to remember too is if the game actually supports, what's it called, like aimbot, not aimbot, but you know when it auto targets the. Let me see if I can get to it. You can go into controls and you can disable aim assist. You see, I disabled aim assist right there. Aim assist can be kind of weird to get used to, especially like Destiny 2 doesn't have an option to shut off aim assist, so it's kind of lame with that, because you know like it's weird the way it kind of locks on and stuff. But I mean, if you get used to it, it can kind of be overpowered in a sense, because it's like the thing just automatically locks and then you can kind of like aim from there, you know. So it's kind of it can be cheap, and at the same time it's weird to get used to. As you can see, it's just pretty awesome. And then swapping to different games, like basically if I wanted to go play something else. All right, let's just try Fortnite. Just because I have Call of Duty set into the app doesn't mean that I can't play Fortnite with this. Basically, the way it works is that it's just different settings for each game. That's all it is. So I can play with the Call of Duty setup, but this game in particular might not be the same exact like buttons, or it may not be the same like input settings as far as like, you know, the sensitivity of the mouse, you know. So you definitely want to set it up for each individual game. That way it works and it's fine-tuned to what that game is going to be like. Okay, so we just made it. See, basically I have it set up right now for Call of Duty, and you see the sensitivity is terrible. I'm trying to turn the mouse and it's really bad. So basically the first thing I want to do is I want to launch a new, so I'm going to load a new config. There we go. I'm going to look for Fortnite. There we go, Fortnite. See, you can even set it up for different types. So if Battle Royale, you have different buttons you want to use, you can do that too. So it's all up to you. And it has each console. You see on the bottom, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. Like, it has access to everything. The only thing that it doesn't have access to, obviously, is the Switch, which I don't think the Switch has a USB port to even plug into. See, right now it's already telling me I should put it on max settings on my actual sensitivity to get like the best performance. You want to go into the options and actually set, you know, the sensitivity to be like extremely high. You see where it says like sensitivity? Just put it up all the highest you could possibly do it. That way it's easier for this app to realize, you know, that so you don't have to scale it up so much on this. Right now I'm not gonna scale that up because this is my girlfriend's account and she likes playing on the PlayStation. So I let her just play on the PlayStation. I play on the PC. But you know what's awesome about this is that I bought this because my PC is like 7 years old. It's old as hell. So I'm basically like, the graphics in this game is ridiculously good on PlayStation. Like, look at this. It's mind-blowingly good. My PC cannot handle these graphics. Like I'm playing on Nintendo 64 graphics on my PC. And that's really sad. You know, so even for a game like this, you would think like Fortnite, oh, Fortnite runs on a cell phone. But this game, like, you can play this in 4K on your PlayStation Pro. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty damn amazing. Let's load into this. So basically I'm gonna make some new settings. You see the hip fire is already, it's set at 15. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put that up to 150. We'll just do the same thing on ADS too. So I'll press save on the top right or the top left. So it's a little bit better. Alright, so now I'm gonna put it up to 300 actually. Let's try that. Save that. Oh, that's a lot better. Go to 500. 500 is cap. There we go. That's better. See, but to make it even better than that, you'll go into the options in the actual game and put the sensitivity up all the way. So if you put it up all the way, then you won't have to put the hip on the actual app itself super high. You can actually tone it down a bit. So it'll make it a little bit easier to understand. So basically, I'm not planning to play Fortnite on my PlayStation. You know, that's just for my girlfriend. I'd rather play on just the PC itself, since I already have it fully optimized on that. But it's still nice to be able to do this, you know what I mean? So now, like, all the keys, you say E is to repair. You see, I can bind that to any key I want. I can basically turn this into whatever kind of mode I want. So right now I'm using mouse and keyboard, and it's pretty awesome. It already feels good. Because versus me playing on the actual controller itself, it's like totally different ball game. Where are the zombies? I'm trying to kill something. Here we go.
Oh, I think I know that one.
There we go. Ooh, this gun is pretty nice. You got some good ass guns. See, it's already a lot easier to aim like this. Because if I was to use the controller, I'm so bad. Like, watch, this is with the controller now. But I'm just trying to aim at things. It's so difficult. There we go, this guy. You see, I'm already having a hard time aiming. I can't with this. I can't. See, I barely got to do that. You see, so that's why, you know, I prefer mouse and keyboard, and this is why I picked up the Xim. That way I don't have to worry about trying to aim so hard. I already know how to aim with the mouse and keyboard. I just get right into it, you know? So yeah, the Xim is 100% worth it. I landed up picking it up on Amazon, so I'm gonna leave the link in the description for that. You can actually get it cheaper if you were to buy it from like you know, other websites, but I didn't really trust those websites. I wasn't sure about them, so I landed up just buying it from Amazon because I just felt safer doing that. But yeah, it's pretty awesome to have mouse and keyboard and support on the PlayStation. I'm telling you that right now. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you on the next one. Later, guys.